Ezekiel chapter 30. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, prophesy and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Wail, alas, the day is here. For the day is near, the day of the Lord is near. It will be a day of storm clouds. It will be a time of judgment for the nations. The sword will come against Egypt, and panic will overtake Ethiopia. When the slain fall in Egypt, and they carry away her wealth, and dismantle her foundations. Ethiopia, Put, Lod, all the foreigners, Libya, and the people of the covenant land will die by the sword, along with them. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Egypt's supporters will fall. Her confident pride will crumble. From Migdol to Syene, they will die by the sword within her, declares the sovereign Lord. They will be desolate among the desolate lands, and their cities will be among ruined cities. They will know that I am the Lord, when I ignite a fire in Egypt and all her allies are defeated. In that day the messengers will go out from me in ships to frighten overly confident Ethiopia. Panic will overtake them on the day of Egypt's doom. For beware, it is coming. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I'll put an end to the hordes of Egypt by the hand of King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. He and his people with him, the most terrifying of the nations, will be brought there to destroy the land. They will draw their swords against Egypt and fill the land with corpses. I'll dry up the waterways and hand the land over to evil men. I'll make the land and everything in it desolate by the hand of foreigners. I, the Lord, have spoken. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I will destroy the idols and put an end to the gods of Memphis. There will no longer be a prince from the land of Egypt, so I will make the land of Egypt fearful. I will desolate Pathros, and I will ignite a fire in Zone, and I will execute judgments on Thebes. I'll pour out my anger upon Pelusium, the stronghold of Egypt. I'll cut off the hordes of Thebes. I'll ignite a fire in Egypt. Syene will writhe in agony. Thebes will be broken down, and Memphis will face enemies every day. The young men of On and of Pi-beseth will die by the sword, and the cities will go into captivity. In Tapanhes the day will be dark. Then I will break the yoke of Egypt there. A confident pride will cease within her. A cloud will cover her, and her daughters will go into captivity. I will execute judgments on Egypt. Then they will know that I am the Lord. In the 11th year, in the first month, on the 7th day of the month, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Look, it has not been bandaged for healing or set with a dressing, so that it might become strong enough to grasp a sword. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, I'm against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and I will break his arms, the strong arm and the broken one, and I will make the sword drop from his hand. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and disperse them among foreign countries. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and I will place my sword in his hand. But I will break the arms of Pharaoh, and he will groan like the fatally wounded before the king of Babylon. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, but the arms of Pharaoh will fall lame. Then they will know that I am the Lord when I place my sword in the hand of the king of Babylon, and he executes it against the land of Egypt. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and disperse them among foreign countries. They will know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel chapter 31. In the 11th year, in the 3rd month, on the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, say to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his hordes, who are you like in your greatness? Consider Assyria, a cedar in Lebanon, with beautiful branches like a forest giving shade, and extremely tall. Stop reaches into the clouds. The water made it grow. On the ground springs made it grow tall. Rivers flowed all around the place it was planted, while smaller channels watered all the trees of the field. Therefore, it grew taller than all the trees of the field. Its boughs grew large and its branches grew long, because of the plentiful water in its shoots. All the birds of the sky nested in its boughs. Under its branches all the beasts of the field gave birth. In its shade all the great nations lived. It was beautiful in its loftiness, in the length of its branches. For its roots went down deep to plentiful waters. The cedars in the garden of God could not eclipse it, nor could the fir tree match its boughs. The plane trees were as nothing compared to its branches. No tree in the garden of God could rival its beauty. I made it beautiful with its many branches. All the trees of Eden, in the garden of God, envied it. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Because it was tall in stature, and its top reached into the clouds, and it was proud of its height, I gave it over to the leader of the nations. He has judged it thoroughly, as its sinfulness deserves. I've thrown it out. Foreigners from the most terrifying nations have cut it down and left it to lie there on the mountains. In all the valleys its branches have fallen, and its boughs lie broken in the ravines of the land, and peoples of the land have departed from its shade and left it. On its ruins all the birds of the sky will live, and all the wild animals will walk on its branches. For this reason no water trees will grow so tall. Their tops will not reach into the clouds, nor will the well-watered ones grow that high. For all of them have been appointed to die in the lower parts of the earth. They will be among the mortals, with those who descend to the pit. This is what the sovereign Lord says. On the day it went down to Sheol, I caused observers to lament. I covered it with the deep and held back its rivers. Its plentiful water was restrained. I clothed Lebanon in black for it, and all the trees of the field wilted because of it. I made nations shake at the sound of its fall, when I threw it down the Sheol along with those who descend to the pit. Then all the trees of Eden, the choicest and the best of Lebanon, and all that were well watered, were comforted in the earth below. Those who lived in its shade, its allies, among the nations, who went down with it to Sheol, to those killed by the sword. Which of the trees of Eden was like you in majesty and loftiness? You will be brought down with the trees of Eden to the lower parts of the earth. You will lie among the uncircumcised with those killed by the sword. This is what will happen to Pharaoh and all his hordes, declares the sovereign Lord. Ezekiel 32. In the 12th year, in the 12th month, on the first of the month, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, you sing a lament for Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and say to him, you were like a lion among the nations, but you are a monster in the seas. You thrash about in your streams, stir up the water with your feet, and muddy your streams. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I will throw my net over you in the assembly of many peoples, and they will haul you up in my drag net. I will leave you on the ground. I'll fling you on the open field. I'll allow all the birds of the sky to settle on you, and I will permit all the wild animals to gorge themselves on you. I'll put your flesh on the mountains and fill the valleys with with your maggot-infested carcass. I will drench the land with the flow of your blood up to the mountains. And the ravines will be full of your blood when I extinguish you, and I will cover the sky with darkness, its stars. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not shine. I will darken all the lights in the sky over you, and I will darken your land, declares the sovereign Lord. I will disturb many peoples when I bring about your destruction among the nations, among countries you do not know. I will shock many peoples with you, and their kings will shiver with horror because of you. When I brandish my sword before them, every moment each one of them will tremble for his life on the day of your fall. For this is what the sovereign Lord says: the sword of the king of Babylon will attack you. By the swords of the mighty survivors, I will cause your hordes to fall. All of them are the most terrifying among the nations. They will devastate the pride of Egypt, and all its hordes will be destroyed. I will destroy all its cattle besides the plentiful waters, and no human foot will disturb the waters again, nor will the hoofs of cattle disturb them. Then I will make their waters calm, and I will make their streams flow like olive oil, declares the sovereign Lord. When I turn the land of Egypt into desolation, and the land is destitute of everything that fills it, when I strike all those who live in it, then they will know that I am the Lord. This is a lament, they will chant it. The daughters of the nations will chant it. They will chant it over Egypt and over her hearts, declares the sovereign Lord. In the 12th year, on the 15th day of the month, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, wail over the horde of Egypt, bring it down, bring her and the daughters of the powerful nations down to the lower parts of the earth, along with those who descend to the pit. Say to them, whom do you surpass in beauty? Go down and be laid to rest with the uncircumcised. They will fall among those killed by the sword. The sword is drawn. Carry her and all her hordes away. The bravest of the warriors will speak to him from the midst of Sheol, along with its allies, saying, the uncircumcised have come down. They lie still, killed by the sword. Assyria is here with all her assembly around her grave, all of them struck down by the sword. Her graves are located in the remote slopes of the pit. Her assembly is around her grave, all of them struck down by the sword, those who spread terror in the land of the living. Elam is there with all her hearts around her grave, all of them struck down by the sword. They went down uncircumcised to the lower parts of the earth, those who spread terror in the land of the living. Now they will bear their shame with those who descend to the pit. Among the dead they have made a bed for her, along with all her hurts around her grave. All of them are uncircumcised, killed by the sword, for their terror had spread in the land of the living. They bear their shame along with those who descend to the pit. They are placed among the dead. Meshech Tubal is there, along with all her hearts around her grave. All of them are uncircumcised, killed by the sword, for they spread their terror in the land of the living. They do not lie with the fallen warriors of ancient times who went down to Sheol, and with their weapons of war, having their swords placed under their heads and their shields on their bones, when the terror of these warriors was in the land of the living. But as for you, in the midst of the uncircumcised, you will be broken, and you will lie with those killed by the sword. Edom is there with her kings and all her princes. Despite their might, they are laid with those killed by the sword. They lie with the uncircumcised and those who descend to the pit. All the leaders of the north are there, along with all the Sidonians. Despite their might, they have gone down in shameful terror with the dead. lie uncircumcised with those killed by the sword, and bear their shame with those who descend to the pit. Pharaoh will see them and be consoled over all his hordes who were killed by the sword. Pharaoh and all his army declares the sovereign Lord. Indeed, I terrified him in the land of the living, yet he would lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with those killed by the sword. Pharaoh and all his hordes declares the sovereign Lord.